You ever seen Yannick swimming? The real problem. This is one of our daily training routines. Yannick likes to go by himself and he does his Forrest Gump thing and he leaves us all behind. Now he's facing the wrong way, so we have a chance to leave him behind. Here's our trainer and a friend in the bar. We met him once in a bar. Drinks lots of Appenzeller. He likes that one. No, he's our trainer and a very good one. And, yeah, he looks old, but he's still strong.
You will never be so old as you look. So.
Oh, thank you. Well done.
Well done. Eh?
Yeah, look on.
Yeah,
That's it.
you know.
There's Totti.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Goldmark is fun. He's
dreamy.
Never taking life too seriously. He's consequent. You always have to pull through. Yeah, but not overthinking things. So it's a lot of fun training with him. The next race is going to be in Paul Ricard. Nice and warm, not as chilly as now.
Chilly.
Yeah.
Go on.
Like with fresh wind and stuff.
Oh.
So it's going to be summer heat in south of France. Yeah, tough one physically, so it's good to be well prepared. I'm very proud about the team Pingu because it's really funny guys and every training is a surprise and you never know how you end and that makes it special. Special class. Special class.
We got here Swiss called meat and cheese platter.
Cold cats.
Cold cats.
Wie bitte Swiss?
Oh, danke.
Airline.
Nächster.
Danke.
Gute.
Gute Gielen.
Gute. Schöne Ferien.
So we're making reservoir dogs here.
It's race time again, as we head into the 5th weekend of the International GT Open Series. This time, the teams have gathered at the technical test track of Paul Ricard. The CBRX team is determined to make their mark under the summer heat of the French Riviera. Let's see how the race unfolds.
We had about 3 weeks break. I barely saw Yannick. I don't think he was very happy with me after the last race. He had his own thing going. He won, the 24 hours of Spa. So congratulations to him. And then he never contacted me again. So, so no, there wasn't a big. There was not a big pressure to do that, but there was a bit of quite a long time in between. So there was a moment to actually sort of focus and look at things afresh and see how we're gonna try and make it better.
The goal is always to get to a podium, for sure. The longer you don't achieve that into a season, the higher the pressure becomes, I would say, to finally make it work. To be very honest, I think our goal was to go and chase that podium that we feel like we deserve this season, but didn't quite work out so far. And then we see. Hope it works out this time, but everything needs to work together perfectly to make it work this year. That's what we try.
It's time for the first race of the weekend. After an intense qualifying battle earlier this morning, Yannick Mettler will start from 3rd position in the Pro-Am class. Dexter Müller will take over for the second half of the race, where he will face the pressure of many pro drivers. Will the CBRX team keep their heads cool and finish in the points?
There we go, Green and his pedal to the metal line, and he's go, and a slow start for Vincent Abril, who's getting caught now by the Oregon car of Jordan Pepper as they come down in towards turn 1 now. Vivian Schiller with the people inside, he will consolidate the
barely gone green, and they're already 1, 2, 3, 5 wide going into the first corner, which is, wow, actually not, 6 or 7 wide. Wow, that's a lot of cars. Wide going into the first corner. Yannick taking a very interesting line, following some blue stripes here, and surviving the first corner.
I decided to, to go the safe way and leave the track into turn 2 because it was all getting a bit too heated, and I didn't want to risk losing the race before it started. So, okay, this is the second video of Dexter. Getting close with the Mango Lambo, as we call them. They are both quite racy there. Dexter's on the inside. The Lambo tries his luck on the outside, but Dexter, being a seasoned race driver by now, pushes him off. It's cool. And then he tries again the next corner and finally makes it work, but I think it's a pro in the car, so credits to Dexter for not letting him pass straight away.
The first race went smoothly for the CBRX team, with both drivers delivering a faultless drive to secure them P7 in class. The team will now focus on how to further improve their performance for the second race day tomorrow.
We were working throughout the whole weekend on improving our package, let's say, so the whole setup of the car. So funny. Is that me?
Improving my package.
Likes the rabbit. Okay, that was a bit a language issue there. Yeah. What we tried throughout the weekend was improving the whole setup of the car, in a sense that you try to make it fast, obviously, but also well drivable for the race distance. We started with neither of the two, unfortunately. The good thing about the people we work with and this team is that we never give up, and we always keep on working even throughout the race weekend. And so I think we were in a much better position for the second race day especially.
After an unexpected weather switch overnight, Sunday has started off with a rain-affected qualifying. Dexter Müller went third fastest among the gentlemen drivers in class, which means P18 on the grid. The weather forecast, meanwhile, stays indecisive, with a risk of strong storms this afternoon. Will the team make the right tyre choices for the upcoming race start?
But of course, this is the start of the race because we've started under safety car. There is no formation lap, and so we are, with the clock has started, we're going into the 60 minutes now, and hopefully it won't be long before this safety car comes in.
This is me coming down the home straight. It is pouring with rain, which I'm not sure anybody anticipated. You just don't see anything. That's pretty grey, pretty miserable. And then basically you just end up in an ice field. Some cars all over the place. Some car spins there in front of me. Face the wrong way. That was Cipriani, for you. Then some other ones spun again. There's another one out, the following corner. There's 2 out on the following corner. And then one's back in. I thought I gained some positions, and yeah, now going down the straight, yeah, that's fun. The tricky part with race cars is that the steering rack is very, very short. So you don't have a lot of play on the steering wheel. So if the car does spin with that kind of steering angle, like, you can't really pick up. So it's quite tricky to get out of a big slide.
So I think it was clear that there was going to be some rain for that race or that race day. In this area, like near the beach, especially in summer, the weather is very fast changing, and so the tricky part was to decide how much rain there will be, because even if you put rain tires, you have to decide also about the pressure. If it's less rain, you go with lower pressures. If it's more rain, you go with higher pressures. You might even put new tires in the pit stop. We decided to double stint the tires, which means we left the same ones on than Dexter had in his opening laps. They're already like dialed in with temperature and pressure. That's the benefit, but if there's more water coming, it's actually worse.
This is Yannick now in the rain. This is his stint after, I would say, quite a long time with safety car. He got red flagged as well. It was just simply too much water on the track. It was a good call by the organizers, I have to say. And now he's battling out with some competitors. One is an AM and the other is a pro. Somehow Yannick still managed to force his way through the rainy track and make his way past the Ferrari, which was very impressive. And car's not straight at all, so he's darting around in different directions.
We opted for double stinting the tires and expected the track to dry more to the end, which worked well initially, but as the clouds opened again and it was pouring more, there was a lot of aquaplaning actually this time in the last sector, and that was becoming really tricky because the tires were quite used at that point, and some guys with fresher tires were charging on from behind. So yeah, in this video you just see me trying to survive, literally. I'm like 25% throttle, swimming towards the finish line somehow. It was very tricky. I was super nervous, I have to say, because it's these moments where you lose everything all of a sudden. It was the last lap, the last few corners, and I saw Aaron actually from behind really catching up, and I blocked him in the last corner, and I think he gave me a nice little push out of the last corner onto the straight. And it's kind of funny because the day before it was the other way around. I was chasing him all the time, and this time I think he chased me down to the line, and yeah, but we made it work, and I was super relieved and happy.
So how did the second race go for you? Did it meet your expectations?
Yes, it did.
What a race! Shortly after the start, the sky opened and conditions quickly became treacherous. The race even had to be interrupted at some point. Both drivers demonstrated exceptional performances throughout the remaining part of the race, showcasing one of the biggest catch-ups within the 33-car field. At the end, the CBRX team managed to clinch their first podium this year in dramatic fashion.
My plans for the summer are not so exciting. Unfortunately, I'm going for maybe a week in the sun, at which point I will be, by myself and focusing on the next races, and then I'll go back to a full training program, which includes things that I love, like hiking.
Big thank you to all the fans that cheered for us, and we got a lot of lovely messages already, and I think our fan base, so to speak, is growing every year, and we just feel it now that we made it back onto a podium. It's really cool to see who is watching and cheering. I love it, and thank you very much, and I hope we can deliver some more.